Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, where today we are going to finally get to build the real Tokyo Drift Mustang, not a weird copy that happens to be a coupe, but no, this is the proper body shape and we get to swap in the correct engine. So I am excited. I hope you all are excited too. And today you guys get to follow along with the build and then see what happens when we take this thing on the mountains, because I wanted to take this thing to Fortune Island because this is where this car should really shine. Now, custom upgrades, we have got to sort out the suspension first off. The suspension and the brakes need to be done, and that means drift suspension full on. That means sway bars are done. That means weight reduction is done. And then that also means that we have a driveline to build, but we'll build the driveline out later. Now, tires-wise, I'm going to run a sport tire, and I'm going to run max width. That's 275s, and oh, good lord. Okay, so 275 front, and I think 295 in the back. 295 is a really good all-around size. Now, for wheels, I don't think we have the exact wheels. These are going to be close. These are going to be real close. Let me see if we have anything else that looks close enough. These are going to be, I think, even closer. I think that might almost be the one to go with. But let me just look through just a little bit more, because there are a few wheels that will suit this style, but they're all like, none of them are like the exact wheel. Now, let me just go back through the sport wheel style real quick. Let's see. No, nothing so far. Nothing's really like, catching my eye or making me go like, oh my god, nothing's making me go like, oh my god, that's the one. So I think our best bet is going to be to go back and do one of the wheels that we saw before. These, those are kind of close, but they don't look as good as the others. So it ends up being, yeah, I think it's going to end up being those HREs that we saw before, these guys. And I think that, it's going to be close. It's not like exactly spot on, but it'll definitely be close. We need that offset adjustment, and that makes this thing look so mean. The rear wheel size is going to be up to, I believe, 17 looks fairly accurate. I feel like, as far as, like replicating the proper car, I feel like it might not have been a 17-inch wheel, but I think 17-inch wheels look the best, like, in terms of how it looks in Forza. So, there we go. There we go. We don't need that. And let's see. Oh, yes. That fits for sure. What about... definitely. And then, we have a variety of hoods. We're not going to use any of those, because what we are going to do now is we are going to swap in that RB. So there it is. Now, it's not going to make massive power, but what it will do is be film accurate. So, film accurate apart from the power. Power-wise, we're just going to build the crap out of this thing and get as much power out of it as we humanly possibly can. Now, I'm hoping that the rear tires aren't going to be too wide and it's not going to have sort of a grip problem, because if it ends up having a grip problem, then that's going to be annoying. And let's see, because the RBs can't do massive power in this game. They just can't. So we're going to end up with 796 horsepower. And what did we end up with for torque? Like 602 foot-pounds? So it's right at like 800 horsepower and like 2,700 pounds. So it's not going to be slow. It's certainly not going to be slow. But what it is going to do is it's going to be a really well-rounded package, I think. Now, if we can match the tire size to the power, then that will be perfect. So I'm definitely going to fiddle with the gearing a little bit, because I want the gearing to be, I want it to be smooth, but I also want it to be snappy. I want it to be able to really spin up the rear tires in third and fourth gear. Maybe not necessarily like fifth and sixth, but I think to do that, we're going to set it at a 410 to start with, and then we're going to go from there, because I want it to be a usable drift car. Now, let's see. Alignment-wise, I'm going to give it just a tad more rear camber, like 2.2, a little bit of toe out in the front. And I'm going to soften the front sway bar a little and stiffen the rear sway bar a lot. So we'll do that. And then the springs, again, I'm going to be a little softer in the front. A little stiffer in the rear, but not by much. And let's see. The diff is going 100%. And 70%. Now it's time to head to the mountains and see what this Tokyo Drift Mustang, this RB26 Mustang, is actually capable of. I can't wait to drive it. I've never actually done this swap before, never tuned this car before, never set it up before. So this is my first time experiencing it, and also me sharing that first time with you guys. It's already weird. Like, when I say it's already weird hearing that sound come from this car. The gearing and the tire size and the power all seem like a pretty good match so far. It's definitely predictable. Definitely predictable. Dude, it's so good. Like, right at about like 80, 82 miles an hour. It's smooth side to side. It keeps the rear tires really spinning properly. It's got just enough grip. This thing is amazingly well balanced. I love it already. And throw it in. A little bit of a clutch kick. Woo, right in the edge. Not my best line ever. Definitely not my best line ever. This is also my first time back on Fortune Island in a good while, so we're definitely gonna have to either be kind of conservative and relearn the mountain, or just send it. And I'm thinking just sending it is the way to go. Come on. I needed the momentum from fourth, and I didn't have it. Yeah, I'm really down on points from where I would normally be. But I think after a couple runs up and down, we'll definitely be back to where we need to be. This car is very smooth. It's very smooth, very easy to drift, very easy to slide. I think it's right at the sweet spot with the gearing because, like I said before, I wanted it to be able to spin up the rear wheels really easily but progressively in third and fourth, and that's what it does. This power figure with this tire size on this tire compound really, really works just about as you would want it to and just about how you would expect it to. I mean, this car has no weird surprises. It has no strange characteristics. It doesn't do anything that you would not expect it to do, and really that's exactly what you would want from a drift car. You don't want any weird movements or any weird like binding or anything that's gonna like throw it off to the side, you know. I mean, like, that's something that you would always have to think about in the back of your head, whereas this car is so nice and smooth that you never have to think about anything weird in the back of your head. And while I would say this is definitely a bit more of a conservative run up the hill, it's doing decently well. I mean, especially, you know, if we're talking like a very kind of laid-back run, I mean, we're going to definitely pull over 300,000, but I feel like 300,000 is pretty average. I mean, my max with a rear-wheel drive car is somewhere in the, like, 450 range, I think. Maybe somewhere 450 to 480, so let's get a little bit of a transition back and forth on that straightaway, and then around the final hairpin. Easy. I mean, it's just perfectly balanced, dude. It stays exactly where you want it to stay. So now with all of that being said and done, he's doing the Ferrari mission. That's funny. So now it's time to head back down the hill. So let's see what we can do. Now, the downhill is all about keeping that momentum. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of a transition going into it. There we go. Oh, that's better already. There's 30. Ooh, lost a bit of angle right there. That was kind of dreadful, but it's okay. Let's keep going. Keep it smooth. The thing with the rear-wheel drive cars on this mountain is if you want to score highly in a rear-wheel drive car, you have to wind it out through all of, like, basically you have to wind it out to the very, very edge of that section and squeeze every last bit out of that section that you can possibly do. And sometimes you have to transition in what seems like the wrong place, but that's all down to a momentum thing. Like, scoring highly in a rear-wheel drive car on this mountain is all a momentum game. It's all a momentum game. Not quite a brilliant run. Like normally if you're going for like a really big run, you'll have over 200 or 250,000 points before that tight corner. So not quite going to be the high scoring run I was hoping for, but still going to be a good, oh God. I was stubborn. I wanted to leave it in fourth and see what it would do. It bogged out for a little bit and then picked right back up. little bit of a transition back to the other way. And swing it back around with a clutch kick. It's all about getting a little bit of a good swing going with this car. Oh, what's up, other Mustang? No, I was looking at his car. Oh my God, that was awful. That was like the worst thing I think I've ever done coming down this mountain. I was like, ooh, cool car. And I just stopped thinking about what I was doing. That's like the worst thing you can ever do. Don't do that. Pro tip. Staying in it, staying in it, staying in it. Wind it all the way out and then swing it with a clutch kick. Oh, that's max angle right there. And 373. So not horrible, but not where I would want it. Let me see if I can beat that going up the hill. I mean, that's going to be tricky because going up the hill, you have to fight against the fact that you have momentum. I mean, all-wheel drive cars score really well going up the hill for that reason. Whereas rear-wheel drive cars, if you really get your momentum down, you can run an absolutely beast run coming down the hill. Oh my God, this Mercedes. Oh my God, this Mercedes. I hate him. That's going to be crap. No, that's going to be so bad. Okay, so if you can score 30,000 or over by the time you finish that first corner, you're off to a good run. And I was really, really annoyed about that Mercedes being there in the middle of the road. I mean, like, that bothered me. That was like, there goes my 30,000 in the first corner. I don't know if I can pull 30,000 in the first corner in this car, but we are about to find out. Definitely better off than before. There's 30. There's 35. Oh, come on. Staying in it. Just absolutely staying in it. Winding it out to the very last bit. Trying to keep the speed up because speed is such a massive deal to the drift scoring system. And if you're going uphill in a rear-wheel drive car, you're always having to fight against wheel speed versus actual speed. Like wheel spin versus actual speed on the road. I'm sure I could push this thing for just a tiny bit more angle, but I already have maxed out the angle a couple times. So, ooh, I should have been down in third. That ruined that section, ruined that entry too. Oh, that was slop. Come on. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, this is going to be bad. It goes to show that if you mess up one section, it goes to show how much it messes you up for the rest of the run. It really does. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just trying to get angle wherever I can because that's what's going to get me the score. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't awful either. At least I don't think it was. Somebody in the comment section might. Oh, that's way too close to the edge of the road. Damn. There we go. That's going to be 300. So it's not going to be what it was at the bottom of the hill for sure, but it is going to be decent, at least decent. Oh, that was awful though. That was my worst run up the hill. I feel bad about that. Well, we've definitely built the Tokyo Drift Mustang at this point, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure you click that like button. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys thought of it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more. There will be multiplayer content coming with this car and other Fast and Furious cars very, very soon, as well as live content. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you're up to date on everything that's going on here on the channel. There's also more Mud Runner coming very soon, as well as plenty of other games that I genuinely hope you guys will enjoy. So, again, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.